like a brown box.
So we have Heartland Tractor Club typed out there. Now we need to go in and format that a little bit. So let's go in and if you double click, or excuse me, triple click, you'll get Heartland Tractor Club highlighted. We are going to change the font to 22. So you click grow the font all the way up to 22. Now, if you're doing this on your own, there's a grow the font and shrink the font. And you can kind of click on it until it looks good. We're going to stop at 22 though, so it's not too big. The book wants us to change the font. Still has it in Calibri, I believe. No, it changed that. I thought it changed it. Let's click on the font box and change it to Segoe Script. S-E-G-O-E Script.
I'm gonna have to type that out.
Mine shows up under recently used. Yours probably doesn't. S-E-G-O-E Script. Kind of got a cursive look to it. That's why you're supposed to look at your neighbors, check their spelling as well.
How looks like a chalkboard?
It looks like a burnt hot dog. That cup like
A burnt hot dog that says Heartland.
maybe
Okay.
advertising.
All right, so that's easy. That's all reviewed, guys. We've changed font before. That's not a problem. Now, here's one of the biggest issues I usually have when dealing with pictures, letterheads, shapes, anything, and that is your text wrapping, which is located. If you guys go up and click on the format for the drawing tools, you'll see text wrapping is located here.
There.
Now, does anybody have a good idea or definition of what they think text wrapping does?
It shapes the text around the things that you've inserted.
It shapes the text around the things that you've inserted, or it changes where your picture is in relativity to the text. If that makes sense. It doesn't, yeah, that doesn't make sense for a lot of people. So let me read you what the book says. It says, when you insert a shape in a Word document, the default text wrapping is in front of text. So if you click on that, it's going to say in front of text, which means the object will cover any text behind it. Because you want the letterhead above the contents of the letter, instead of covering the content of the letter, you change the text wrapping for the shape to top and bottom. So we're going to go in and we're going to select this. Make sure you have your shape selected, which you should. Change wrap text and change it to top and bottom. And just make sure your shape is highlighted.
Wait.
What did it do?
You click on your shape. You go up here to drawing tools. You go to wrap text and you change it to top and bottom. Now most of you guys are like, it didn't change anything, and it doesn't. But when you start typing text and you get your paragraphs down here and things like that going, you'll want to make sure that's selected because that's going to put the picture at the top or the bottom of it. If you don't, sometimes your text might appear underneath your writing. Your pictures or your text might appear kind of in the above and below it. You want to make sure you have your text wrapping done properly. And that's probably one of the biggest questions I get asked. You know, sometimes a lot of you guys on the flyers that we did in chapter 1, sometimes your pictures were all kind of cattywampus off to the side instead of side by side because you didn't have the text wrapping set. Cattywampus, that's a vocab term. So,
It's an actual word though.
Is it an actual word?
Yeah.
Good. Not just a Missouri word?
I don't even know.
Okay. All right, so click the paragraph marker below the shape. So right here at the bottom, we're going to select this paragraph marker. And we're not done with our letterhead. But we are going to, yeah, you can turn your caps lock off. We're going to go up and insert. We're going to go over and click on clip art. And it should open up a new window. And I would like for you to search for the word tractor. You should get a yellow one that looks like this. A yellow tractor.
Why not a big green tractor?
I will have, it just depends. Guys, when you use clip art, If you can't find certain clip art, you can also include office.com content. It'll show more. Sometimes it shows too much clip art. It's just not the one you're looking for. This one's on here. It's the golden tractor. You're going to click that once, and it'll put a tractor on your page.
Why doesn't it move?
What was the question?
Like, why can't you move the tractor?
We can move the tractor, and we will move the tractor, but guys, the reason we want the tractor right here is so that we can edit it against a white background, make it how we want, and then we're going to place it right here, and then we're going to flip it around and place it right here. Okay? So we're actually going to make two of them eventually. So don't get too concerned with how it looks right now, and don't really resize it and things like that yet. So we're going to make it look better. All right, so you've got the image selected. Let's go up here to where it says, go up here under size. You can close that out. Where it says size right here, if you click the advanced layout button, it's kind of the launcher box at the bottom. It gives you more options. We're going to open this up and we're going to make it, let's change the height down to 35%. If you go down here, we're going to make this considerably smaller. It should make it a height of 0.39 by 0.49 when you change it down to 35%. So you'll be at 0.39 by 0.45 once you've knocked this down to 35%. Now, who can tell me, what does it mean to lock an aspect ratio?
It'll like change with like one dimension will change with the other.
Yeah. So whenever you have the aspect ratio locked, if I bring down the height and I make it not as tall, it automatically does the width. If you guys take that off and you start making the height smaller, it's still going to be wide, but it's going to be really, really skinny. It's going to be a rectangle, more of a rectangle. So, or it'll basically get smaller in height, but the width stays the same. If you have the aspect ratio locked, as soon as you lower the height, it makes the whole picture smaller, and it makes the width shrink down with it as well.
It's not my fault.
Why not, Jack?
Did you spell it
Because
wrong?
you're terrible.
Fire green tractor?
No.
Tractor power.
Fire green.
Digital green tractor?
Titanium white. Bob Ross. Me.
Well, I don't even have any tractor.
Yo, it's a more big suit.
You're not at 0.48, is that right?
But that's what it's going to do.
That's the right size. It's the absolute size. Okay, so if you guys have your height, basically if you move the size on this and mess that up as original, 35% will not be an accurate number for you. But this is what matters, the 0.39 by the 0.49. So if you have to manually type in 0.39 and 0.49 to make it exact, that's fine. If you can't get those to add up, you can unlock the aspect ratio, and then you can change them one at a time. All right, any questions on that? Okay, when you hit OK, you should have a significantly smaller tractor.
What in the...
It's going to fit on our letterhead here briefly, but we've got to do some more changes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, take this time. Some of you guys have messed up tractors. Take this time to look at yours, look at your neighbors. If you see that they've done something incredibly wrong, like I see a couple, work with them to help them fix it.